Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week in.
Yeah.
The very first episode.
It's monumental. I didn't think we were going to be doing this when I came over tonight.
I didn't either. I appreciate your willingness to instigate. What are your take on the odds of us getting to podcast number 12?
I mean, it depends on how well this one goes. But I would say right now probably plus 120.
But all based on how this one goes, though.
No.
I don't think that makes
odds
sense.
are subject to change.
Okay,
Odds are
fine.
subject to change.
All right, we're doing live odds then.
Yeah. Oh,
All right,
yeah,
so
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
that's
No, we're
another-
live,
maybe
man.
that's
We're live, man.
Hey, that's a segment.
Oh.
All right, so let's start with why are we doing this?
You want to go first? I'll go first.
Yeah, that's when I ask a question. Typically, is
Okay.
when you answer.
Thanks for that. So as I recall, when you got that mic,
Yes.
I was like, wow, like this reminds me of like Theo Vaughn, like Joe Rogan podcast. And I was like, we were talking into it and you're having trouble setting it up. And then you set it up and we were testing it and we're both talking into it. I don't know if you remember this. Yeah. Okay, good. And we were both talking into it and then we played back and we're like, whoa, is that my voice or is that your voice?
Right.
And then Lena's like, your guys' voices sound the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that what you?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's why we're doing it.
Okay. Well, that was the.
But we did say, I think, in that moment, we should do a podcast. 'Cause
That
it'd be
was
really
the
funny to
first
hear.
mention of it, though.
It was.
That was the origin.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so I think we're doing it because we both like the idea of witty banter and also it being confusing about who's saying what.
It's really like the perfect storm.
Okay. All right. So now that we have that taken care of,
Yeah.
the format of the show is this week in, and we have a couple different segments. So
Yeah.
do you want to roll through the different segments?
Yeah. So we're gonna have a couple ones. Main statement segments in this weekend is what we're calling it. That this weekend.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe subject to change. We don't know.
Okay. Could be.
So we got music.
Yep.
And we got sports.
Yep.
And then we got this week in my mind,
Right. Okay.
which is ominous.
It is a little ominous. So which one do you want to start with?
Let's go with music.
Okay.
So, well, what have you been listening to lately, Dad?
So I sort of just keep getting sucked into the Austin album by Post Malone, but I will say,
Really?
yeah. I don't know why. I'm not sure I even think it's that good. And one of the things, I mean, it is. It's an easy listen. But one of the things that's really interesting about the album is the lyrics are ridiculous. Like,
Just like as it pertains to what?
just I think they're potentially autobiographical, and some of the scenarios that he's describing are like, it's like hip hop lyrics that are sung over a nice melody.
I'm not really familiar with the album, but it's like because I know he had that country.
That's what it is.
It's like country,
Yeah, I mean,
but it's like
let's not
pop
get
country.
carried away.
Okay,
Yeah, it's like pop.
yeah.
It's like pop. Yeah.
But it's not like beer bongs Bentleys. It's not like
no.
Okay.
And he sold
Beer bongs
out.
Bentleys, great album.
Yeah, and he sold out, and now it's it's the theme song to College Game Day. It's
It
really
is?
yeah,
That's where it's from.
yeah.
Didn't know.
Give me something I can feel. Come on. I mean, I thought if we're going to talk
okay, give
music,
me a
I'm going to
break,
need.
give me a
I mean, this is getting awkward. I think the thing that I will say also related to music is I'm pretty. I have a high level of anticipation for the new Chris Stapleton album, which comes out on November 10th, Friday.
Is that this Friday?
That's correct.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then next episode, tune in to see our
Review.
Review. Yeah.
Hot take. It's going to be good.
That is
It's a
not. I mean, that's just
lukewarm.
like probably a correct statement. I don't know.
True. It's not a hot take. Okay.
But it's not a cold take either, though.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Happy grinding there. I've been listening to a lot of J. Cole
Right.
lately.
Say why.
Well, because I watched the podcast with Lil Yachty, one of my favorites, and J. Cole, and it's just like he's just such a thoughtful guy. I mean, this is sort of an ingenuine conversation because we've already talked about this, but
Right. That's true.
we're now sort of just repeating it. But I just, it's feels good listening to someone who has his stuff figured out.
J. Cole or Lil Yachty?
Well, I mean, both of them.
Yes.
Lil Yachty been loving his like recent stuff, like Secret Recipe might be one of my favorite songs right now. And which is funny. Do you remember when it came out and I was like, this new Lil Yachty song is trash?
Yes.
And now like I love that song.
Yeah. What do you think changed?
I just grew an appreciation for it, and like it's the type of thing like, do you remember I think it was Papa used to say this. He was like, I need more, like I need to taste more of it just to tell if I can like it or something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And like as I listen to it more and more, because it's on like the EP or whatever with Tesla, Solo Step and Creep Boy and Strike, and so I love those songs. So I was playing it and I hear the song and like I just be like let me play that song again. Let me play that song. And then like the bars like start to sit and like window shoppers, I see through every front.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's
really
like
good.
Instagram caption worthy, like low key.
I think I really just want to challenge you that there's a better way to compliment a good bar than saying it's Instagram worthy.
I mean, yeah, it's good. It's good. Like I don't know.
It is. No, it's good. It's good. I agree. I think.
And also the beat grew on me. At first I found it annoying, but now it's like,
Yeah. No, very, very vibe worthy.
yeah.
Okay. Anything else,
No.
music wise?
No. I mean, taste change. So maybe next week.
Would you say your musical taste has broadened over the preceding, like just over the last like 3 months?
Oh yeah.
What do you think the cause of that is? You're respecting your elders more.
No.
Okay, just checking.
I don't know. I've just like I deny like Tame Impala. I think is the driving factor. I think we can pin it on that.
Really?
I think we can pin it on Nick Rados. Shout out Nick Rados in the car.
Wow.
We're at the fair.
I'm not gonna lie.
It hurts
me a little bit.
That's okay.
It hurts
Hold
me a
on.
little bit.
I'm telling you. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry.
He plays same person or new whatever.
Right.
New person, same old mistakes. New person, same old mistakes. And I'm just listening to this song and I'm like, this is phenomenal. And aside from like David Cutter music, I hadn't really heard anything like it.
Sure.
And now Currents is like one of my most listened to albums.
So good.
And then then as it goes, you find an artist, you dive deeper. Now the Slow Rush, his other album, almost like that more than Currents, low key.
What was that? 3 weeks ago, you were like, no, why would I listen to anything other than Currents? And I was like, you should dig into the catalog. True or false?
True.
Okay, just
and
checking.
I've only dug into the 2 albums. He's got a couple more, but
I know it's a little more.
I've given him a listen, but nothing really spoke to me.
Sure.
But Slow Rush, man,
Yeah.
it's real good.
Yeah.
And then so then listening to that makes me bring back the David Cutter, which like awesome stuff. Then I got introduced to Brent Faiyaz, love him, and then also Columbia Trip opened up a huge world of like Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
He is so good.
He's so good. Also, do we think he's gonna get in a boxing match with Logan Paul?
Bad Bunny?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Did you see that?
No. No, Bad Bunny?
Yeah.
What?
I just.
Where
saw
did you see that?
Where else? Instagram, but it didn't.
Obviously.
I mean,
Logan just
Logan
beat
said,
up Dylan Dennis. Did you see that?
Yeah. I mean, Dylan Dennis, like,
True,
okay.
True.
But I think they asked if he would box Bad Bunny, and Logan was like, "Mr. Bunny doesn't want any of this smoke." I think is what he said.
That's kind of out of left field. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sure, could be interesting though. All right.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
Yeah.
Sports. This week in sports. There used to be a show when I was growing up called This Week in Baseball, and at the end they had
totally where you got this from.
100% Philly.
Shout out to
Shout out to that show. At the end, they had a thing called TWIB, This Week in Baseball Notes, TWIB Notes.
Okay.
Which I kind of enjoy. Okay, so
that.
sports. So where are we at in the high school sports calendar?
Oh, we're sorry. Okay. Yeah, high school, fall sports are just like ending now. I
have a question. Sorry to interrupt. Are you trying out for basketball?
I'm not.
Oh.
Which actually we recorded a Dailies episode, right? And thing it was Luncher and I.
Side note for the listeners out there that don't know what the dailies are, which is everyone. It's a video.
It's like the morning announcements.
Morning announcement segment for high school.
Yeah. And of course, Bryce and I were recording, and there's one announcement, and it goes, because they just give like informational stuff. It's like fall sports tryouts, and I go at the end, because we like to do this thing where we'll say an announcement, and then we'll both make like a comment. Be like one of them was like, "Oh, that PSAT, man," or like,
Sure.
Yeah. So I go, I'm thinking about trying out for basketball, and Bryce goes, and I'm thinking about swim and dive, because his whole family like coaches, like Tori, his brother-in-law, Kate coaches, Adam I think coaches now.
Yeah.
So that was funny. But no, I'm not trying out for basketball, which I thought I was going to.
Yeah.
For a long time, I was planning on it. I was grinding. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
But then life got in the way, as it does.
Okay.
But no, I was
right.
there was a week there I was playing like every day. A couple weeks I was playing every day.
Yeah.
And I was getting pretty good. I thought I was pretty good.
Yeah.
But then I played golf. I was playing golf, and then I realized like if you're on the basketball team, you got to practice every day, and I don't really want to do that.
Right.
Because I just don't love it like I do lacrosse. So.
Okay. All right. So we're rounding the corner into to the spring. We're going to unveil some rankings, right?
Yeah. I don't know when they get posted, but
well, we're going to do our own for lacrosse.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to do our own for lacrosse.
Oh, by the way.
So top three right now.
No.
Oh.
Rutgers. No. Robo had a poll just commit to Rutgers. Like.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is crazy because.
Ruptures.
I didn't see a poll capable of Rutgers.
I mean.
I
have so many jokes. I have so many jokes right now about watching Robo's defense. Yeah. They didn't have to play you guys for very long in the last game. They had the ball most of the time.
That is true. But he was guarding Nandles and Nate Randles.
Right. Yes.
And Nate had a sick goal on him. Were you at that game when we played Robo?
Yes.
Remember he did that exclamation mark?
Yeah. But so just really quick, top three teams in the state of Virginia, Division 6, headed into the season, Class 6, yeah.
I mean, you got to put Madison 1.
Got to put them on. They're two-time returning state champs. Yeah. That hurts.
Jordan, 96, 97, whatever you want. Like, that's them. They're
tough.
They're looking for the three-peat. They have twins, the Rubleys. One of them was injured. They didn't stop him, still won it all. But face-off guy graduated. That'll hurt them. And their goalie's not great.
Okay.
But, can't have a back-to-back and then not put them one. So they're one. Close to, though, is Robo, I will say.
Now, Madison eliminated Robo last year, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
2 years prior, 2 years prior, Yorktown eliminated Robo. Yeah?
No.
Lake Braddock.
Yep. Okay. And that was the year that, everyone was like, Robo's going to win.
Right.
That was the year that we got smoked on Friday night.
By Madison.
By Robo, right around St. Patty's Day. It was the most people I've ever seen at a lacrosse game for Yorktown.
Yeah.
They had 2 or 3 sections full.
At Robo?
It was home, remember?
Home, yeah, okay. I was confused. I thought you were talking about
That was
Robo.
when Dibbles got killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was real bad.
Yeah, it was real bad. And Dibbles being killed is the only reason it was not a double-digit score game. And they were real good that year. And honestly, part of the reason I think we lost to Madison that year is because they lost, because we were like, oh, this is going to be a walk.
Yeah.
Easy walk.
Yeah.
I mean, I say that. I didn't do very much, but
not a lot of focus by the Patriots that year.
But culture's good this year. I think we're 3. I think we are 3.
Interesting.
I don't know. Langley will be good.
They're always good.
It's rivalry. Battlefield's not good this year though. Their goalie is good, obviously, but other than that, nobody else is jumping to mind. I think we are 3, and funny enough, those 3 all come out of the same half of the bracket. I don't know if I heard rumors they were changing up this year, but
they might reseed it.
So it's not just Battlefield or Patriot has a walk to the title, but we shall see.
Okay. Other sports takes. Anything on the top of your mind?
I mean, I think NHL up and running.
Yeah.
Um,
Not interested. Although I did see Nick Backstrom at the driving range yesterday.
did you really?
Mm-hmm.
I tried putting a little parlay down on NHL action. Let's just go. Let's just say how it is. I threw a 3-legger together because why not? There's no NBA on yesterday, so I'm like, okay, NHL, let's give it a go. And I didn't do that much looking into it, but I found like 3 legs that I felt good about. They were all like minus 190 each, so I'm pretty good. Only one of them hit.
Wow. Yeah.
And then I threw another one together where I was just like, I'll just throw a bunch of heavy favorites. Literally only like 2 out of 7 legs hit.
Yeah, but it's a little
NHL's
early.
hard. I don't know. I don't understand it.
Well, they haven't. You got to. The teams can change year over year pretty dramatically, I think.
Yeah.
Compared to other sports. Okay. Anything else?
No.
Sports wise?
Sports wise. I got nothing. You got anything?
I got nothing. Although I will say, like, I thought the Josh Dobbs game
Oh, yeah.
so impressive.
I don't know.
Like,
What do you think is a more impressive storyline out of that week? CJ Stroud or Josh Dobbs?
Dobbs, 100%. Not even close.
Okay.
I just heard a story. So that the head coach calls the plays for the Vikings. So he gets 15 seconds in the mic to talk into Dobbs' ear.
Oh.
And he's basically like, zip Y 34 coral hot 14 blah 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 blah. And that'd be like me. What did you take in what foreign language did you study? French. That'd be like
French.
me saying something to you in French because we both know that you can't speak French even though you took it for years.
Took it 4 years. Don't remember a lick.
So I think he's basically saying, okay, we're going to run two. He's got 15 seconds to basically call the play so Dobbs can call the play. I don't know how he can even do that because it's like a sentence.
Didn't he like not even know the playbook?
Didn't know the playbook.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, so that means we've got combo routes on the outside. The check down is whatever. And then he gets cut off. He can't even describe the full play. And then Dobbs has to go to the huddle,
He's just like,
call it, and then make it work. Meanwhile, CJ Stroud, like, awesome performance, but, knows the offense.
It's not a
like,
first career game when you drive 1 week into a new team.
Yeah.
Okay. That's true.
It's unbelievable.
One thing I will say, though, that thing on Monday Night Football with Trevor Lawrence,
Oh, yeah.
that was so funny.
With the Mannings?
With the Mannings,
Yeah.
where he goes, it was, Peyton was like, what do you like?
They're going to blitz or whatever.
You
and
describe it. Because
Yeah.
I thought that deserved more recognition because that was like, just shows you like pro athletes and they're like.
Yeah. So
dialed in.
So it's Peyton Eli and Trevor Lawrence watching the game, and they're doing play predictions essentially. And so it's getting towards the end of the half.
Third quarter.
Or third quarter or something. And then, and Peyton was basically asking Trey Law, like, what does that make you laugh?
Trey Law.
Is that not his nickname?
No, that's what I call him. That's what made me laugh.
I mean, jeez.
Yeah.
Old guy can't say it though. Okay.
No.
So he says, "What do you think? Are they blitzing? I think they're going to blitz. They're going to pressure. They're going to bring 6." Is Peyton says that, and Lawrence is like, "No, they're dropping. And they've just started to line up, and Peyton's like, "No, they're bringing 6," and Lawrence goes, "They're dropping." And then they drop. Yeah. And then this next play, Peyton's like, well, they're definitely bringing pressure this time. And they haven't. The play literally just ended.
It's not like any motions have gone in.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
And the next play has just ended. And Lawrence is like, they're just bringing 4 again. Like, already knows they're just bringing 4. And I think the interesting thing there is, like, Peyton's good at asking questions that fans want to know.
One of the best of all time.
Yeah, but he's like, hey, like, he asked an interesting question. I was like, I think he was just doing it because he thinks it's interesting for everyone. Not that he doesn't know, but he's like, hey, when you're driving, you're calling the plays. They're in your ear, and are they saying if it's third down and it might be 2 down territory to get the first down? Are they saying, hey, we're gonna go for it on 4th? Like,
oh, that's a good question.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, and Lawrence said no. He's like, no, but you kind of get a sense that it might be, and so you already kind of know. And then based
that's
on the
like
play
game
call,
IQ, like where you are at the field. Like,
yeah, but if you're the coach, like, why wouldn't you be like, hey, like, just, I mean, I suppose the psychology of it might be pretty interesting. But anyway,
yeah, it's definitely because like if you're about to go for it, you're like, oh, we don't really need to get that many yards.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah. It might change the aggressiveness. So
that was interesting.
I think those I think the sports semi-sports prediction. I think watching a game in a group setting, so the Peyton Manning watching Monday Night Football, or the Pat McAfee watching from the field level, like I think those are that we're just scratching the surface of that fan experience. There's just gonna be more and more of that.
I don't like the Pat McAfee one all that much.
That's fine, but all I'm saying is there are
Yeah.
going to be more versions and types
Yeah.
and people you can listen to.
I
And
mean-
the technology is going to enable different like watch parties, and you could join in, and like it can run basically concurrently to the actual game
Like basically,
feed.
it'll just be like an Instagram live.
Basically, but it won't be all janky where like the person goes, I'm so excited to have Gray join me," and then they're
It's like,
looking at their phone, and then they just look at their phone, and
Yeah,
you're just
yeah.
like, "This is so awkward."
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, shall we move on to the final segment?
Yeah. Final segment, which is called
This week in my
mind.
So I had a little thing for you.
Okay.
So we don't know how this is gonna go, really, but figure one of us will have something to say. And this week, I have something to say.
Okay.
So I was thinking the other day, I saw 2 helicopters go by. I saw that yesterday, actually.
Mm.
And we were golfing, and right by Washington, we saw 2 helicopters. I was like, well, that's pretty cool. And they had like missiles on the side or something like that. And so, but I was like, around here, it's common knowledge, like if there's 3 planes or 3 helicopters, the president is in one.
Right.
But I was like, I bet that's a myth. And you're when I gave you a quick briefing about what I was about to say, you're like, no way. But no, think about it. If I'm like trying,
Okay. Okay. Are you gonna go? So I send the 3 helicopters out, and then I take the single helicopter.
no, but I'm saying like,
First of all, also helicopters with missiles on the sides, frequently called gunships, but
I mean, I don't
semantics.
know if they were missiles.
Oh, okay.
So they just were like big, like long, like could have been torpedoes for all I know. I
Okay.
know.
All right. So why?
No,
I don't
because-
understand. How's it a myth?
Why would it be that common of knowledge to know what formation the president flies in? You don't know where he's going until he's there, pretty much. A lot of times.
Okay.
They don't say, like, president will be flying from here to here, like, at this time.
Sure, they do.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think both of us. Let's just admit that both of us
Have
the
no idea what
primarily
we're talking
basis. The primary basis for all of our presidential knowledge comes from the West Wing.
And I'm in Gov class, so.
Okay, well then you probably have a leg up. No. They do sort of provide his schedule
Right, but
to
I'm
the
just
press
saying,
and
like,
stuff.
hypothetically, if there's someone trying to shoot down the president in a helicopter, they would know to look for it in a group of 3. Why would they not just send, like, I don't know, just it makes no sense to me.
Well, I mean, because he's gonna have to go. So I think if you think about it from the
Yeah.
pure perspective of, like, let's assume we're gonna maintain level of secrecy around when he actually takes off and where his final destination is, but that like when he's actually in the air is when he's most
Because- Well, I got
vulnerable.
stuck on, actually. Sorry. If I'm going to shoot down the president, not going to.
Right. I
Right.
mean, I'm already uncomfortable with this topic, but
I'm
okay.
just saying. The fact, what I understand from the reason behind there being 3 helicopters is you don't know which one he's in.
Yeah.
What's stopping me from just taking them all out?
'Cause-
hypothetically.
Because the first problem is with the logic is that you assume that the cost of acquiring the requisite military armaments isn't that much more challenging, right? So you have to get 3 of everything, right? So that's the first problem. The second problem is like, I mean, those helicopters are, I think,
They're probably battle
know,
weapons.
I mean, yeah,
strike down.
right. I mean, I'm sure it's possible, but I think, I mean, I think helicopters generally, right, a little bit more vulnerable than a plane.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're the best form of transport. Like, why would you not want to mitigate your risk by including 2 extras,
But,
where
if
you're not
already
always
at
in the
point
same
where you're
one?
Like, I'm shooting down the president. You're not going to be like, which one should I do? I'm just going to be like, I'm taking them all. I don't know. That's my thinking.
Yeah, I mean, but you're just making it harder, right? Every obstacle is
that makes sense.
worthwhile.
That makes sense.
I mean,
See, that's why. That's kind of like I don't like bringing because I'll have these brain teasers that I'll ask myself, and then I pose them to you, and you're just like, oh, duh, like just because it makes it harder. Like,
Was that a bad answer?
well, no, it was a great answer. That's what's frustrating.
Oh, well, that feels like a perfect way to wrap up this week's
It
segment.
sure does.
I mean, it is frustrating to talk to me.
I've enjoyed it though. This is good. I think we're like minus 1,200 making it to episode 2. For
Wow.
sure.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, good. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, I need a mic upgrade. I drew the short straw when it comes to mic.
I mean, one of us is a professional. Which one of us is
Been on NPR.
Okay, well, I mean,
Okay.
all right. So with that, until next time.
Until next time. Until next week. Or not. Whenever we decide to do it again.
That's right.
I don't know.